Hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Lancaster Archery. Got a product video for you today. We wanted to tell you about the Trophy Ridge Swift Trio bow sight. So this is going to be a compound bow sight that is going to be what I call a hybrid sight. You're going to have 3 fixed position pins that are mounted on a sliding rail. So how I'm going to set up this 3-pin sight here is I'm going to move my my movable sight bar all the way up. So it's in the maximum up position, which means I have the maximum downward adjustment. So that's going to give me my longest distance. Now when I am in that up position, another great feature of this sight is I can separately adjust this scope bar. So I can move this up and down individual or separate from the giant wheel here. So what that's going to allow me to do is with this all the way in the up position, I'm going to get this bottom pin, which is 10 thousandths fiber versus 19 thousandths on the top two. I'm going to get this bottom pin at 40 yards. And then I'm going to use my individual adjustments for the top two. I'm going to set them at 20 and 30. So when I'm in the resting position, I'm going to keep my scope all the way up, and then I'm going to have aiming references 20, 30, 40 yards, and then I'm going to use my bottom pin as my adjustable pin. So when I move the scope down, I'm going to set up a sight tape, build a sight tape for that bottom pin to get the maximum distance. And speaking of the sight tapes, you are going to have 2 places for sight tapes on the Swift Trio. You're going to have a vertical sight scale right here that you're going to be able to put on. And of course, you're going to have one that's going to wrap around the wheel. In the package, you're going to get 28 sight tapes of each. You can see here, these are the big ones. These are the ones that go on the wheel. The smaller ones here, that's going to be for your sight tapes to mount on the side here. All right, so some other features of the sight here. This sight is what they call toolless in terms of your adjustment. So this is my locking knob. I turn that and then I'm locking the big wheel in place. When I want to move it, just flip that and now I can move the wheel. I can move my vertical position up and down easy. Likewise, over here I've got another locking knob. I loosen that, and then this allows me to adjust my windage. Obviously, you're only going to set that once when you're sighting in, but it's nice. It's got a nice clicking system there, so you can really fine-tune that left and right position of your sight pins there. That's a nice adjustment feature from Trophy Ridge. And then once you get it to where you want it, just lock it back into place and you're good to go. We do have adjustments for your second and third axis. So right here, this is going to be your third axis adjustment. Of course, that is going to adjust your scope this way. So you can see if I loosen those, you can see the bracket that it's on. I'll be able to pivot the scope this way for third axis. Your second axis is on the back here. You can see I've got the lines right there. It's going to be this screw and this screw. Second axis adjusts your scope this way. So there's only one adjustment for the second axis being back here because this is a direct mount sight. So in other words, you're just going to bolt this onto your bow. There's nothing that's removable from that. And then Trophy Ridge makes sure in the manufacturing process that this rail is moving perfectly vertical as compared to the arm here. So, you know, some sights will have a separate adjustment to level this vertical bar. Trophy Ridge makes sure that it's vertical. So as you move up and down, you move your scope up and down, you can be sure that it is moving vertically. So as we said, only one second axis adjustment there. Our pins, the pins inside here, they are bladed, which I really like. That just makes them sturdy. Even the vertical pin on the bottom, that is still bladed. So if a stick goes in here, these things don't easily bend. You've got a generous amount of fiber that runs through this clear plastic protective sleeve here. So they're really only right inside here. That's the only place that fiber is actually exposed to the elements. Everywhere else it's protected, yet it can still gather maximum light with all the clear plastic that it's encased in. So that's a great feature as well. So your indicators for your sight scales here, you've got one right there and you've got one right there. You can see the adjustability that I have. So if I want to have the pointer more on top of the piece of tape, you can see I've got this adjustable screw right here. I can push this out so I can get it exactly where I want it to make sure that I can really dial in the number that I want. Over here on this side, same thing. You can see this screw, there's a slot there that allows me to move the position of that pointer. Obviously, I can also move it up and down to get it. You know, for me, I'm going to want it set at 40 yards when I'm in the up position. Then lastly, the Trophy Ridge Swift Trio does come with a light here. The light will come with the sight, so it's already on there. I can tell you these pins are pretty bright anyway, especially when you're outside in the natural light. But if it's, you know, one of those getting down towards the last minutes of the hunting day and you need a little extra light, it's built into the sight, or it comes with the sight already. All right, so that is the Trophy Ridge Swift Trio. Great compound bow sight from the folks at Trophy Ridge. If you want to see this sight on our website, be sure to click the link in the description below. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click that bell to get notifications whenever we put out new videos. And as always, if you have any questions, you can visit us at lancasterarchery.com.